Hi guys, and welcome to Money Talks, where we talk all things side hustles, how to make money online, and just generally how you can gain financial freedom for yourself. In today's video, I want to share with you a platform that is currently hiring where you're actually going to get paid just for you to talk with lonely people around the world and actually in the process create some friends. This is one of the easiest entry-level beginner jobs that you'll ever find online that is also providing you with a lucrative pay, because having to chat with people that you don't even know from around the world is not exactly the easiest of jobs. However, this company is willing to compensate you for your time that you're actually going to be giving becoming a chat operator. And since some great work has gone into compiling this video, I'd like to encourage you to just please hit the like button so that this video can do well on YouTube's algorithm. And also, if you haven't already, just don't be shy to hit the subscribe button so that you can join the Money Talks community and never miss out on any of the content that happens right here. Without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. Today's company that is willing to pay you to chat online with lonely people from the UK is called Chat From Home. They say become a chat operator for the UK market and work from anywhere, which is definitely something that I always talk about on Money Talks, providing remote work from home jobs that you can actually do from anywhere in the world. Chat From Home says, do you like writing and making conversation? Then this job will be awesome for you. All you have to do is apply today for a job as a moderator for an online fantasy network. And I know obviously the word fantasy means you need to be somebody who's actually open-minded to the kind of job that you're actually going to be doing. And no, there will not be any funny business that you will have to do. But however, because you're going to be chatting to people from around the world that you do not exactly know, you will need to sort of create some form of fantasy network based on the different topics and or conversations that you're going to be having with the person. So we're going to read a bit more about their application process and how you can actually get started working on Chat From Home. They offer a 3 simple step method in order for you to get started. Number 1 is for you to apply. The first part of the application is only asking for your name and email, as what you saw above in this tab here. It's actually a quite short and sweet tab that you can actually see there. And then they will send you more information about the process once they've actually confirmed your email. The second step is ID verification, which means you must be 18 years or older in order for you to be accepted and also to be able to obviously receive payments. They are required by law to conduct a simple ID verification. I know that on platforms like Rev.com, where I work, the ID verification process involves you actually taking a picture of your ID and or your ID book. No passports, no birth certificates, just your ID, guys. And then step number 3, which is something that I always like, is the fact that they are willing to actually train you for the kind of job that you're actually going to be doing. So it's not like you're going to be thrown into the deep end. They are actually willing to train you, because once your application has been approved and you've been verified, you will need to complete your training before you are even ready to start working. And as simple as the application process actually sounds, I'm sure your mind is actually curious about what exactly you're going to be chatting about on a platform like Chat From Home with the people that you're going to be meeting. Chat From Home helps a lot of lonely Brits, which is why this platform is curated for the UK market. They help the lonely Brits every day to have a more meaningful everyday life by expressing themselves online with anonymous fantasy characters. Their users write online text messages on a fantasy chat platform. Your job basically is to answer them and make conversation. This is very similar to you just being on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, etc., chatting with your everyday friends. The only difference as well as the benefit is the fact that when you're on Chat From Home, you're actually going to get paid for your time. So you'll basically chat about everything from everyday life, such as sports or the weather, to dreams, fantasies, and other topics. And again, like I said, you will need to have an open mind in order for you to be eligible to be somebody who can cope with the kind of content that you're going to find on a platform like Chat From Home. Before we can click the apply now button, I just want us to obviously find out more of what you're going to be doing as a chat agent. First of all, you're going to be 100% anonymous, text only. There will never be video or voice. I feel like this is definitely one of the best platforms, because on some of the chat platforms that I've actually also tried out, some of the people want to actually video call you and or to actually hear your voice, which I feel like makes it a bit more uncomfortable if you're somebody who's a bit shy. But what I like about Chat From Home is that you can literally build your own fantasy, your own world, exist in a world where genuinely you might not even be that person. However, you're still going to be able to be a friend to a person person who's lonely in the UK and still get paid for it. You're also going to work independently and with full flexibility, which means you work as and when you want, and also you get to basically work from anywhere in the world. You'll earn more depending on how often you work, so obviously the more time you spend on the platform, sending messages, having conversations, the more money you're actually going to make. And also, you're going to help those who need somebody to talk to. This is very important, guys, because in the world that we're living in right now, there's a lot of mental health issues that different people face every day. And sometimes just having a friend, somebody to talk to, is actually the kind of relief that you're looking for online. So you would be that relief that you're providing to your UK-based chat partner. Now, we're going to read more about the salary and what you can expect to make on a platform like Chat From Home. As a chat operator, you will work as an independent contractor and therefore have full freedom and flexibility to work as much and or as little as you want. This is definitely one of the easiest side hustles that you can actually incorporate in your day-to-day life in order for you to create a passive income stream online for yourself. You can also work from wherever you want as long as you have access obviously to the internet, as well as have a PC or a laptop, which is an easy requirement because I'm sure all of us have internet as well as a laptop. There are different ways that they reward you. The basic salary is calculated based on how many messages you reply to. Their rates per message depend on various factors such as the time of day, traffic, holidays, etc. Based on my experience with chat platforms, when you become available during periods that most people are not available, say maybe on holidays or during traffic time and or even say maybe a long Christmas time, you're more likely to get paid a bit more money because you find those are the highest periods where people around the world feel lonely the most, because generally people that have families, that's the time they used to spend with their families. And then people that don't have families are left alone, feeling lonely. So you're more likely to get paid more when you work at the least available time that most people are actually available, which is basically holidays. So Chat From Home says it's basically hard to say exactly how much the salary will be, but a skilled chat agent who works say maybe 4 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, can easily earn between 200 to 500 pounds weekly. Can you imagine getting paid 500 pounds weekly, guys? That basically means some of the top agents can make even more than 3,000 pounds a month. This is definitely one of the best paying chat platforms that I've ever come across. Not only are you going to get your fixed salary, they also offer bonuses and have other incentives to add on what you can actually earn. For example, if you send over a certain number of messages, which means you're very active on the platform, you work for more than 8 hours, you recruit a friend, or even work at peak hour times like what we discussed, you're more likely to score yourself a bonus. Another benefit of working on Chat From Home is the fact that they pay weekly and the payment is in euro through an online payment service. As an independent contractor, you are responsible for your own taxes, obviously, as well as pensions and other legal considerations on your end that might be applicable in your own country. So again, this is a platform that you can easily make up to £200 minimum per week in order for you to work on the platform. And also, you literally don't have to be sitting the entire day working on the platform. You just need to check in every now and then, chatting to the people that you've already made connections with on their platform in order for you to complete anything between 4 to 8 hours per day working on the platform. So in order to start getting paid weekly, we obviously need to know the requirements that you need in order for you to become a chat operator on Chat From Home. Number 1, you need to be a master of English in writing, which is an obvious requirement because you're going to be chatting. Your written English needs to be impeccable, especially since, again, you will be working on text-based content only. Secondly, you need to be 18 years or older, which is something that obviously they're going to ask you to prove when they're doing the ID verification process. This is to be able to pay you as a contractor and to obviously legally allow you to chat on their platform. Number 4, you will need to participate in a privacy statement as well as contract terms. You must accept their privacy statement and contract terms. Your privacy and that of the client you chat with have the highest priority, which means your personal identification may not even be exposed to the client that you're actually talking to because you guys are on a fantasy network. You're just going to find yourselves creating an entire world of your own based on the conversations about everyday things like weather, transport, dreams, etc. that you guys are actually going to be talking about. You will also be required to be responsible for your equipment, which means you're responsible for having the equipment needed to work. This means that you must have access to a device as well as internet. I always advise that the internet that you're going to use and platforms like Chat From Home literally needs to be Wi-Fi and or fiber connection in your home. You cannot find yourself using data because sometimes data on the phone is a bit fickle. So definitely make sure that you have in-house Wi-Fi. And lastly, you will be required to send a minimum number of messages per week in order for you to obviously be able to keep your profile. They say here send a minimum number of messages per week to remain an active operator. If you're somebody who decides to not send messages, it means your account on Chat From Home is actually going to be suspended, and therefore you're going to actually stop making money, unfortunately. So while I was doing my research, when I scrolled to the bottom of their website, I actually was impressed to find that they actually have a salary expectations breakdown that we can look into so that you can have an idea of the kind of money that you're actually really standing to make. Chat From Home says they pay out salaries on a weekly basis. The payment is obviously in euro and runs through a reputable online payment provider. This payment provider, most of the time you find it's either PayPal, Pioneer, Skrill, etc. I'm just not sure which one they use here. And for all you know, they actually use a variety of them because obviously they do understand that they hire people from around the world that need different payment options. So all the numbers that we're going to read here are actually averages and they're not exact, but also they will give you an idea of the kind of salary that you can make either from week 1 all the way to week 4. So say for example in week 1 as a new chat operator, it will take some time obviously for you to learn the system and also know what you're actually going to be chatting about with the person. You are probably going to send anything between 25 to 35 messages on average per hour. This is such a small amount of number for you to be able to actually make money online just sending messages. I mean, between me and my friends, I know we probably send over 150 messages per day. And this totals to about 15 to 20 total hours per work. And you stand to make from 110 all the way to 170 pounds just paid out in your first week as a new chat operator. Now, let's say you're a bit more experienced, you've gone through week 1, now you're in week 2. With a bit more experience, you will obviously get faster at sending messages. You will also be able to be more attentive when it comes to bonuses as well as incentives because you would have already seen the kind of money that you can actually make on Chat From Home. So the average number of messages that you're more likely to send in week 2 is anything between 35 to 45 messages per hour with a total of 20 to 30 work hours. And you stand to make about 226 to 283 plus per week in that second week. And then now fast forward to say maybe the last week of the month, you're now in week 4, you're now a bit more of an experienced chat operator and obviously you become very effective. You write messages fast and you know what time it's best to work for maximum benefits in terms of bonuses and incentives. So you're more likely to end up sending anything between 45 to 60 messages per hour, which again is still such a small amount for you to send per hour because imagine the amount of time that you spend on your phone, scrolling through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, even chatting to your friends and family on WhatsApp. It's still a small amount of messages for you to be able to send per hour in order for you to make the kind of money that they're actually promising. And again, your total hours maybe move from say maybe 30 total hours in week 2 all the way to 40 total hours in week 4. And you now get to make about 340 to 566 per week online of you just chatting on a platform like Chat From Home. According to my understanding, this definitely sounds like a good deal, guys. If you're interested in it, just go to the Go to Application tab, which will obviously take you to that first tab that we saw, which is basically step 1 of your application process, where you're going to enter basic information about yourself. The rest of the website is just basically a summary of all that we've gone through. But again, if you're somebody who actually wants to make a bit of money online, creatively, passively, working from anywhere in the world, then becoming a chat operator on a platform like Chat From Home is definitely one of the jobs that you should actually consider. As always, I wish you guys all the best in being able to secure yourselves some passive income online and or some remote work from home job opportunities, just like on a platform like Chat From Home. Otherwise, I'm going to see you guys in the next Mbali Talks video. Cheers.